Nightbeat starts right now.
Tonight, more questions than answers for the people living in a Comal County neighborhood after a helicopter crashed right onto a residential street.
It happened this afternoon on Lantana Ridge. It's a road in Comal County. I believe it's also the subdivision that we're talking about right here. It is between Spring Branch Road and Highway 281. Here's what else we know at this hour. The Hummingbird 260 helicopter went down about 3:15 this afternoon. The two men inside died. We don't know if anyone else was hurt.
Now, investigators haven't told us the victims' names yet. Right now, they're trying to figure out why that crash happened. Now, one man is dead and two others are in the hospital after a multi-county chase turned into a shooting. Now, it ended in Converse near the Kitty Hawk Road and FM 78 exits. DPS says that it began when they tried to pull over a 38-year-old driver in Comal County. They say that driver did not stop and instead sped off. He crashed into a truck. State troopers say that they tried to tase the suspect, and when that didn't work, they shot him. The suspect died. A woman riding with him was taken to the hospital. She's expected to be okay. Another woman from the truck that was crashed into was also taken to the hospital. Now, the Texas Rangers are investigating that case since that shooting involved law enforcement.
Been coming out here for years, but unfortunately, I think it's getting out of hand.
We have to do something to keep people from bringing guns in.
Chaos at Market Square. In the final hours of Fiesta de los Reyes, earlier this afternoon, San Antonio Police Chief William McManus gave us an update on a story we've been following closely since it happened early Sunday morning. But the chief's particular update was not in front of any television cameras. Instead, it came in the form of a Facebook video answering questions only asked by his police staff members. SAPD has not responded to our questions we asked in the hours after that shooting. What the police chief did say this afternoon is next Fiesta, people and bags will be checked at Market Square to try and prevent something like this from happening again next year. And this is what happened just after midnight Saturday going into Sunday. Police say 18-year-old Mikey Valdez and 20-year-old Albert Cisneros Jr. shooting at each other in the middle of a busy Market Square. Officers say they witnessed Valdez shoot Cisneros. That's when officers shot and killed Valdez. 4 bystanders also hurt but are recovering. Tonight, we don't know whose gunfire wounded those innocent bystanders. People attending Fiesta describe the terrifying moments.
Will you come back?
Maybe, but I might leave early.
So how will all this work logistically? The group that oversees Fiesta de los Reyes sent us a statement saying they are working with the city and the Fiesta Commission, but no info about how those safety measures will be implemented is available as of right now.
Also right now on KSAT.com, the city of Uvalde has a new assistant police chief. Mike Davis is bringing 25 years of experience with him. He's also been recognized locally and nationally for his leadership and initiatives. Davis released a statement after his appointment today that says in part, quote, "Together, we will build trust, enhance communication, and create a safer environment for all. I am honored to be a part of this endeavor, and I look forward to celebrating our shared successes as we continue to serve and protect the wonderful people of Uvalde." End quote.
My case is fighting for changes in a system that's broken. What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
They believe the system is broken and they're voicing their frustrations. You just heard from the loved ones of people who were killed and no one has been charged in the individual cases. Tonight, they're calling on San Antonio police to bring closure to those cases. This was the scene of a peaceful protest today outside of the city's public safety headquarters. Family members of at least 5 murder victims were there today, all of them saying not enough is being done to solve their loved ones' murders. Demonstrators today also joined by Act for SA, a police accountability group, and Big Mama's Safe House, a local nonprofit offering free services to victims of violence.
I'm going to sentence you to 45 years in the prison.
You heard it there. Justice in the name of this little girl. 45 years in prison for Katrina Mendoza. She's the mother accused in the 2022 death of little Mercedes Lasoya, 5 years old. Mercedes died from what's been called extreme physical abuse at the hands of Mendoza and her then boyfriend, Jose Ruiz. After Mendoza was sentenced, a victim impact statement read to Mendoza by Mercedes' great-grandmother, who read statements from Mercedes' older sister. That caused Mendoza, who had shown little emotion during her trial, to break down and cry.
Grandma, I don't understand why we didn't leave Jose. Grandma, I am so afraid that my mom will come one day and take me back to Jose's house. I hope that God has mercy upon your life.
She will have to serve half of her sentence before she's eligible for parole. In response to that sentencing, the Bexar County District Attorney's Office released a statement. It reads in part, quote, "No child should ever experience the pain and agony that Mercedes Lozoya, a 5-year-old little girl, experienced before her death," end quote. These again from Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez. He goes on to say, quote, "Katrina Mendoza stood by and watched as her daughter suffered. Now she's being held accountable too. Child abuse of any kind has no place in Bexar County," end quote.
Switching gears now, what we're seeing here happening at the University of Texas in Austin is really going on all over the U.S. Students at universities from coast to coast protesting the war in Gaza, many of them creating encampments right on school grounds. The pro-Palestinian protesters on those campuses are calling for the universities to divest the money that they supply to Israel or to companies that do business with Israel. Today at UT Austin, protesters clashed with police in riot gear. Police arrested 6 people, most of them not students, however. Over at Columbia University, leaders there are suspending students that defied today's 2 p.m. deadline to vacate the encampment that was on campus. These protests have been happening for 2 weeks, and in some cases, they've even turned chaotic, violent, even anti-Semitic. Some Jewish students say that they're afraid to be on campus.
I believe everyone has a right to protest. The problem is when it becomes threatening, like holding up signs that say Jews are Nazis.
Meanwhile, U.S. diplomats are working to secure a small pause in the fighting right on the ground in Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meeting with Saudi Arabian leaders today to work on a path forward. Blinken also publicly calling on Hamas to accept a ceasefire proposal that would get more humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip in exchange for the release of the 133 remaining hostages.
The state of Texas is suing the Biden administration to block expanded Title IX protections for LGBTQ plus students. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says the U.S. Department of Education overstepped its authority by expanding the scope of the landmark anti-sex discrimination law. The the DOE says the new rule aims to curb discrimination, quote, based on sex stereotypes, sexual orientation, gender identity, and sex characteristics. End quote. That's the Department of Education. It would take effect in August. The lawsuit claims the Biden administration violated federal rulemaking procedures in the process of issuing the new rule.
Tomorrow is your last day to vote early for the May 4th municipal election. Your vote is going to determine multiple bond issues and races. The polls are open from 8 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. We have a sample ballot and a list of places where you can vote right on our website, KSAT.com. And now let's go to your Nightbeat News Flash. We'll start here. $81 million. That is how much a Bexar County jury awarded the family of a woman who was killed by a deputy U.S. Marshal who was driving drunk. On January 31st, 2020, San Antonio police say that Jonathan Jones, who was driving the wrong way on Loop 1604 and Babcock Road, crashed head-on into 23-year-old Taylor McCowan's sedan. The 23-year-old woman died from her injuries weeks later. Jones was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 11.5 years in prison. Now, the attorneys for Cowan's family called the jury's decision today a, quote, landmark verdict. The U.S. Department of Agriculture now testing beef for the H5N1 virus. You might know it as the bird flu. The virus is spreading in dairy cattle here in the U.S., so the Department of Agriculture is testing the ground beef at grocery stores in states where the cattle have tested positive for the bird flu. And yes, that includes Texas. Now, leaders say that we don't need to worry that much because they're confident the meat supply is safe and that there are multiple safeguards in place to protect consumers. Some of the biggest wireless carriers in the U.S. facing hefty fines. The Federal Communications Commission says that ATT, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon illegally shared customer data, your data, without consent. For years, the FCC has alleged that the carriers gave geolocation history and information to third parties in connection to their commercial programs. And by the way, all 4 carriers at this point say they're going to appeal that fine. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Have you heard the news? KSAT making the switch to the next big thing in local broadcasting. We're going to be live on Next Gen TV starting next Monday. You're probably wondering, all right, what does that mean? We have answers. Watch our latest episode of KSAT Explains to learn everything you need to know about this switch. And if you don't want to find out what Next Gen TV is, do nothing. That works too. You'll still get us. After the break, a salute to military students who are making San Antonio proud. We're going to tell you why this group of students cheering so loudly today.
And if you didn't get enough rain yesterday, we do have rain chances in the future, in the near future. I've got those details of when our rain chances are highest coming up.
Get your tickets now for our first ever Texas Eats Food Festival. It's going to be on May 11th at Smoke Barbecue. 20 local chefs will be there with food for you to sample. The event benefits the San Antonio Food Bank.
Okay, so you see that QR code? Scan it right there to get your tickets. Or you can go to TexasEatsTV.com to get more information. Leaders in Bexar County say that there are way too many loose animals are roaming the streets, so they okayed spending $10 million on a new animal shelter. Now, it would look something like this. It would be along Cagnon Road near 1604 and Highway 90. That's on the southwest side. The new place would have at least 96 kennels and space to add more. The facility would be in addition to the current shelter, which is in Kirby. That one, yeah, it's over capacity. It has 60 kennels and more than 100 animals. The county's public health director says the shelters are really good for everybody in Bexar County.
Really does, number one, increase the health of the community because it creates safer neighborhoods. It creates a better environment for people to be active and outside.
So back to that $10 million price tag. Well, county commissioners agree that that's a lot of money. So they asked staff to find ways to make the facility less expensive. And by the way, if you'd like to adopt a cat or a dog, there are dozens of them up for adoption on the Bexar County Animal Facility website. Check it out.
San Antonio is Military City, USA, and today some of our military students, some of our military kids got some much deserved recognition. This video is from Purple Up Pep Rally at Nimitz Middle School. It's a project organized by HEB and the Military Child Education Coalition to celebrate those in student-to-student programs, or S2S. It's a group that's all about connecting civilian students with military students.
During the course of the whole year, they're learning about leadership, about how to be a better citizen, among other things. But more importantly, they're learning of what they can do beyond their school. This is just another part of that avenue where they're actually involved in something that's bigger than them.
By the way, Nimitz Middle School has one of the largest S2S programs in the district. Back in 2022, it was named the Middle School Team of the Year during a conference in Washington, D.C.
Now we're going to take a look outside. 76 degrees. Okay.
I want to show people the picture behind me here, Stephanie,
Very
because
pretty.
this is what a lot of us saw around sunset tonight. Off in the distance, there was a storm, and this is what it looked like this evening. You can see beautiful colors there. This was one lone storm out in parts of southern Wilson County, northern Karnes County, right along Falls City. There was even the potential for some quarter-sized hail with that storm, but it fell apart quickly after sunset. And again, it left for a beautiful picture here in San Antonio, even though they probably got a little bit more than they wanted out in Falls City. A nice picture of that storm structure there. Kind of looks like a head of cauliflower, doesn't it? And you can see that there's a haze there as well. That haze is from agricultural burning that is ongoing in Mexico. This happens every year. The farmers burn their fields to prepare for the growing season. And every time we get a southern wind, usually in May May and early June, we start to see some of that smoke move into south central Texas. And that's going to be the case in the next couple of days. The biggest thing you'll notice is the haze on the horizon, maybe colorful sunrise, colorful sunset. There is a small potential for a dip in forecast air quality. So air quality just takes a little dip from good to moderate. Every now and then, if the smoke is thicker, it could be unhealthy for those who are sensitive to the smoke, particularly the elderly or those who have lung disorders. So we'll keep you posted on the forecast air quality there. Now, moving on to storm chances in our near future. Wednesday and Thursday is our best chance for storms. We're calling it about 40% right now, but you can see that there's a chance for storms at least every day. We have an interesting weather pattern ahead where we have most of the ingredients for storms. I did this earlier at 6 with my glasses on, but now you just get me with my contacts. This is Sarah Spivey's School of Storms, or 3 ingredients for storms. First, you need moisture. We have got moisture. It is humid out there. That's one of the ingredients for storms. The second ingredient is instability. You need the air to rise to create storms, and warm air rises, and we're going to have a lot of warm air in the coming days. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s, but because of the humidity, it'll feel even hotter than that. And then the third ingredient that we need to create storms is lift. You need something to actually lift that air in order for it to condense and create thunderstorms. And that's the big question mark. When are we going to see the lift in a major way in San Antonio? Here's a look at the rain-making atmospheric lift in this red here around this area of low pressure. This is going to send us lobs of energy and times of lift, mainly on Wednesday and Thursday. But with this kind of weather pattern, it's hard to nail down exactly where the storms are going to pop up. So we just have to be weather aware, mainly on Wednesday and Thursday, because if a storm develops, it could become strong or severe, kind of like that storm did out in Falls City today. All right, patchy fog and mist in the morning. Tomorrow it'll be humid near 70. We'll be looking at clearing skies tomorrow and a high temperature near 90. Tomorrow the storm chance is not great, only 10%. It's mainly going to be a hot and humid day. Even hotter off to the west where it'll be near 95 degrees in Del Rio and 93 in Eagle Pass. In the upper 80s in the Hill Country and near 90 in San Antonio. Best storm chances are Wednesday and Thursday. Please continue to check back in with us, because as we get closer to Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be able to refine that timeline of when storms are most likely. Otherwise, we're going to have a daily chance for isolated showers and storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And unfortunately, that humidity is not going anywhere. It's going to be warm and humid over the next several days. Let's take a look this evening out with live cam. It's a pretty nice night, a little bit on the humid side, but pretty mild. There's 76, and you can see some stars out there this evening, which is always nice.
Thank you.
All right, does Ezekiel Elliott have anything left in the tank? Because he didn't have a great year with the Patriots last year.
No, and he's entering his 9th year in the NFL, and I think the average life expectancy of an NFL running back is just a little under 3 years. So he's got a lot of miles on him. But Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, they love Zeke, so they're bringing him back. And the East Central varsity softball team is looking to make another deep playoff run coming up. Victor Wembanyama representing the NBA in France is a no-brainer. The Spurs today announced that they'll play 2 regular season games in Paris next season as part of the NBA Paris Games 2025. They'll face the Indiana Pacers on January 23rd and January 25th. The NBA Paris Games 2025 will mark the Spurs' 4th and 5th games in France, having previously played 2 games in Paris in 2003, 2006, and 1 in Lyon in 2006. Additional information about ticket sales, the venue, game times, and surrounding events and activities will be announced at a later date. Dak and Zeke are back together again because the Dallas Cowboys and running back Ezekiel Elliott agreed to a 1-year deal with a max value of $3 million pending a physical. The boys selected Zeke 4th overall in the 2016 NFL Draft. They let him go last season for cap reasons, and now he's back. Jerry and Stephen Jones met with Zeke and his agent before the draft, and last week Jerry made it clear the door was open for Elliott's return.
We don't have any issue. He's laid it on the line for the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys have laid it on the line for Zeke. This is one that you can smile when you see each other.
His look into the camera just cracks me up. Now, you know Dak is all smiles. The Cowboys did not draft the running back, and after losing Tony Pollard in free agency, the boys will feed Zeke once again. The East Central softball team beat Lee in the bi-district round this past weekend to advance to the UIL Class 6A area playoffs. We stopped by practice this afternoon to see how the Hornets are preparing for their next opponent, Bowie. The Hornets lost 8 girls from last year's team that made it all the way to the regional finals. So what do the players love about this year's team, and what's helped them reload and stay successful?
I think it's our mindset, we're looking for it now, we expect it more. We expect to win, and I think now we hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we're meeting that standard right now.
We need to just have fun in the box. Don't think about what's on the line, just go out there and be you and have fun.
We have a pretty good team this year, a lot of speed, a lot of power. Just be ready. We're going to do really good.
That we fight. We always fight. We'll find a way to come back, either that we're really behind or we're just really ahead. We'll still keep fighting.
That we're strong. We're coming for them. We're coming for that same run that we did last year and hoping for more.
The first game for the Hornets area playoff series against Bowie is on Thursday at 7 p.m. at Wimberley High School.
Like I said, just genuine love. Everybody pulling for each other, we before me. And, we all just had that same goal.
Training camp is underway for Nalissa Smith and the Indiana Fever. The third-year forward recently saw the team pick up her fourth-year option that will keep her in Indy through the 2025 season. And she is pumped up to have Caitlin Clark by her side because she's crazy good.
Man, she's insane. You could just tell, there's no hype behind what everybody be saying. That girl could really play. She could shoot. She could pass the hell out the ball. So, I got to get in shape to keep running so I can get my little layups. Nah, she's nice.
Smith and the Fever open preseason play Friday night at the Dallas Wings. South Texas Negro League players are trying to keep their history alive after the break. 16 former South Texas Negro League players reunited at the Davis Scott YMCA over the weekend for a meet and greet with the community and to share stories and the history of the South Texas Negro League, founded in 1945 when professional baseball was segregated. Now, what was unique about this get-together? Most of the former players' careers overlapped, making for some great storytelling. But as of all these living legends getting older, their goal is to preserve the rich history of the STNL with the help of the San Antonio African American Community Archive and Museum, who announced there will be a permanent display of the STNL to ensure the history never dies.
It cannot die, and the history to come out to see that we can get the younger people to hopefully look back and see if they could follow some of the footsteps that were set before us.
A lot of America thinks that after Jackie Robinson crossed the color barrier, that's the end of Negro League baseball. In Texas, it lasted until 1975 in my book. Now that's a long time after 1947 when Jackie crossed the color barrier that no one knew about. And that's why they're called the lost legends of baseball.
Dick Lefty O'Neill, 2 decades after Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color barrier, picked up the distinction of being the only white player ever to suit up for 2 semi-pro Negro League teams. And he's right. Many people don't know the facts about baseball's color line, and this incoming exhibit will be a great way to make sure the history lives on forever.
That's exciting. That's awesome.
I hope they had a camera there and a tape recorder to just record all of these stories that we're talking about.
I would just love to sit down and listen to those guys.
Yeah.
They can talk for hours and days.
And the stories.
Yes. Yeah.
We've been through so much, we just need to sit and listen.
We sure do.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Warm and humid weather here to stay, and daily chances for at least isolated storms, but the best chances for storms Wednesday and Thursday at 40%. We're going to continue to refine the forecast as we get closer to Wednesday and Thursday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Night Beat again.
All right. Thank you so much for staying up with us. Have a great night.
See you tomorrow. Good night.